Namaste, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant Rising. Welcome to your January 2019 free reading with me. So we made it to 2019 and that's super exciting. I'm going to do a few things. This is a longer video. There's an extended version available and there's more information about that posted separately. I gotta fix my hair. There we go. Sorry about that. My mic was slipping off. I am gonna do some cards for the theme of 2019 and a few cards for 2018, looking at it in retrospect, what Spirit wants to bring up now about 2018, now that we're through it and have hit 2019. Using a few different decks here. The feedback that I got in the tribe group about how I should do January's readings was to use the Wisdom of the Tree Oracle deck and do something about 2019 as well. So I do have the Wisdom of the Tree Oracle deck here I'm shuffling at the moment, and I'm going to do, a couple cards for you from that. And that's actually how we're going to start off the reading. So while I'm shuffling the other ones, I'm going to pull those for you, or 2018. Let's start with 2018. 2018, Hornbeam is the tree that comes up. Now this may or may not be the theme, related to the theme of 2018. It could be related to the theme of 2018 for you, but it also could be messages, like I mentioned, that Spirit wants you to know now that we're into 2019. So it could have to do with looking at it from a higher perspective as well. Hornbeam. So we'll get into that shortly, but a couple more decks to shuffle here. See, I've got the crystal one. That's the other thing we're going to do, is one crystal card for 2018 and one for 2019. Oof, it'd be easier if I dump them. There we go. Beautiful silvery deck here, gray and silver deck. So let me put that down for 2018 first too. Let's see. Diamond, hello. Alright, let's start with this. Okay, and then I did yours a little bit different than Aries, but you know, it's probably all for the best. Crystal card, yep, there's that book, and then my tree book. There we go, tree book. So Hornbeam's key message is strength. That's the key word associated with Hornbeam. And then we have 41. This is a good time for you to work on new ideas, especially ones related to personal projects, and to cultivate your creative talents. This will lead to fresh opportunities, and your renewed enthusiasm will rekindle your passion for life. Okay. I think part of what Spirit is saying with 2018, about 2018, is that this was a foundational energy, an energy of rebirth, where some of what you started or worked through here isn't really going to be fully appreciated and understood until we're into the future a bit. Yeah, because it mentions, you know, this will lead to fresh opportunities. I feel like in 2018, you did things, you worked through certain shadows, certain demon, facing demons and things like that, that did propel you forward and will lead to fresh opportunities and a renewed enthusiasm. Okay, so I'm going to also do a couple zodiac cards and one goddess card. Wow, okay. Abuntia, prosperity. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. I don't know what is going on here. Did you have a really good year in 2018? I mean, financially especially, did you? I'm not sure, but you have here, I don't know how to pronounce this and make fun of me, but I think this is one of the more rare, like diamonds are rare anyway, but this is like a super high quality diamond here. You have Abuntia, prosperity, and then you have the planet Jupiter, the most benevolent planet, the planet associated with benevolence and prosperity and good luck and abundance that have come up. You also do have Saturn here, which is father time. It's father time and it's structure and it's discipline and it's hard work. But man, the results here are just amazing. What is going on? I'm not sure if this is what I said in the beginning, where, this year where Jupiter was in Scorpio in 2018, set you up for a future that involves great expansion, spirituality, potentially with Jupiter. Higher learning is also associated with Jupiter, but prosperity, wealth, a lot of rewards to collect. Saturn. I'm not sure if that's what's going on or you did have a great year. Let's take a look at the diamond card in the book. Okay, dealing insights, high vibration, high impact energy can dramatically change your world. Yeah, dramatic changes may have occurred in 2018. That's a Scorpio thing too, and we had Jupiter in Scorpio. Jupiter's moved into its home sign of Sagittarius now, and that's been 12 years coming. It doesn't come home for 12 years. It's in a sign for a full year. So this is gorgeous. And when Jupiter's in Scorpio, like 2018, there's an expansion of change sometimes, because Scorpio is the sign that hosts change or governs change. It says powerful energy powerful energy generators that access and release past life information. That's very much a Scorpio thing as well. These diamonds make excellent shields against geopathic stress and EMF waves. This crystal works beyond the physical levels of being to bring harmony to the energy bodies and the soul. The divination says, check that you are not living on a negative earth energy line. You may be addicted to your tablet or mobile phone and receiving detrimental vibes therefrom. Screen yourself appropriately. This came up with Aries as well. I just did Aries, and this came up with, it wasn't this card, but that message came up with Aries as well, is that the EMF waves and the excessive positive ions and things may have affected them in 2018. They may have felt like they were kind of battling to maintain their energy, like their energy was getting zapped or attacked by these EMF waves, things like this. Yours is also bringing up that you could have been living on a negative earth energy line. Talking about the grids now, right? So that's really interesting. We have, what else stuff to read? Self-understanding. Keep careful note of your dreams as they reveal the underlying causes of your dis-ease. You may be particularly sensitive to EMF frequencies, radioactivity, and detrimental earth energies. You may also be physically sensitive and need to clear a blocked third eye. So what could be going on is that because of everything that you went through in 2018, where there was a lot of Scorpio energy. Not only was Jupiter the planet of expansion, and benevolence and blessings and higher spiritual learning in the sign of Scorpio in 2018. But also we had a Mercury and a Venus retrograde occur in the sign of Scorpio. So that extended those planets' stay in the sign of Scorpio. So we had really a lot of Scorpio energy. And Spirit may be saying, I do feel like for some of you, Spirit's definitely saying, the message is clear here, that now that you've gone through all of that, and it's important to understand too, the energy of Scorpio is complex. And it is the sign associated with the underworld. It's death, it's life, death, rebirth, and it is associated with the underworld. It is associated with going to the depths, our emotional world, our unconscious and superconscious, and therefore Scorpio is about facing demons sometimes and battling demons, internal demons. And so that can be work and strain and can be depressing sometimes, but we've gotten through it, and now we're in 2019, and I feel like this card is saying for some of you, now that you've gotten through that, there's a need to recuperate and recharge. And let me look again with this diamond card. There was so much information in here that I just felt really linked up to that. Now that we're moving into, or we have moved into Jupiter being home in Sagittarius, we also have 2019 being a 3 universal year, like the triangle and the fire element. It's like burning away, purification sort of time, getting right. Diamond. Keep careful note of your dreams, as they will reveal the underlying causes of your dis-ease. So in 2018, it might be kind of fun, now that we're in 2019 in January, or if you're watching this at the end of 2018, it might be kind of interesting to think back on your dreams or look in your dream journal if you have a dream journal about 2018 and integrate that information and what that means to you in your waking life. You may also be psychically sensitive and need to clear a blocked third eye. So you may have chosen to kind of block your third eye a little bit. Whether that was a that was an attempt at a defense mechanism for dealing with demons and things of Scorpio, inner demons, or whether that happened through some other means. Moving into Sagittarian energy, Spirit is suggesting, I think maybe it's a good time now to unblock that third eye, because Sagittarius is the sign of spirituality, philosophy, spirituality, spiritual experience, spiritual journeying, adventure, and so many things that really involve the third eye. So having a healthy third eye would be very beneficial and prosperous, and I feel put you in alignment with these higher vibrational energies, these energies of success and prosperity, abundance, and so what else did we have here? Check that you are not, and screen yourself appropriately. There is talking about a balance with EMF waves and things like that, but that was for 2018. It may be a little bit in 2019 asking you to kind of do that in order to protect and heal your third eye moving forward. But give yourself credit for 2018 for all that you did, all the work you did internally, externally, and getting through it. It looks like it is going to make a difference. It's apt to have been like a solid foundation that you built with this, the doorway to expanding your prosperity, could have been opened as a result of this. Like, time will tell. With Saturn, time will tell. But I do definitely feel like you did more than you realize in 2018, and even the stuff that seemed challenging or bad may ultimately prove to be stepping stones into something great. Okay, let's take a look at 2019 now. 2019, here we are. Okay, first up, tree card, Scots Pine. And then we want also a crystal card. Peridot. I don't know how to pronounce any of these crystals. It's a beautiful green crystal. I know about it somewhat, but pronouncing them, it's not true. I know how to pronounce some crystals, but a lot of them I don't. And unfortunately, the book doesn't give the pronunciations. That's one thing I really wish it did, that it doesn't. Alright. Color cards. Mauve, enjoy clear hearing. Orange, nurture yourself. Alright, and then we want also a goddess card, please. Vast, independent. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. Okay. Wow. Yeah, both Scorpio and Sagittarius, very independent signs. So, to the degree that you are independent, it's working in your favor. Mauve, enjoy clear hearing. Orange, nurture yourself. Stone pine, Scots pine, and I want to call it peridot, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Scots pine, start with that. Its keyword is construction. Okay, so for some of you, what may have happened is sort of like the tarot card in tarot, or the death card. So there could have been endings that occurred, or things falling away, falling to pieces. The tower card, you have to jump from the tower to get out of it because it's burning or like collapsing, turning to rubble. You may be starting off the year kind of feeling, some of you may be starting off the year kind of feeling like you're in ruins. But if that's the case for you, it's because there's so much new energy coming in, and it's time that you can reconstruct, and you can build that however you want now. It's like wide open. So I don't feel like that's the case for all of you, but some of you may be feeling that. Let's take a look in the book for what it says. Where did it go? Okay, page 45. It says, are you building the life you want, or do you feel dissatisfied because something is not working out in the way you would like? Look beyond the day-to-day difficulties to gain a clearer view of where and how you need to make changes. Look beyond the day-to-day difficulties to gain a clearer view of where and how you need to make changes. So this might be challenging for some of you as earth signs, but it is the energy of Sagittarius. It is that harmonious energy with Sagittarius, and now we also have Neptune direct, where we're being called upon to imagine and visualize what it is we actually want and start creating it. And so if you're focused on the difficulties and the struggles of life, that's what you're going to be creating more of. If you can focus on the things that you appreciate and like in life, things that nurture you, support you, and your independence and your authenticity and being who you are, being, feelings of success, your success. If you can focus on those things as well as I'm even kind of hesitant to say dream up, because it's more like, look at what your heart has painted. Like, what does your heart want, right? What do you want on a soul level? Look at the things that you truly want to create and focus on those as well. Then you're going to be moving in harmony with this Jupiter Sagittarius energy and moving into this bright, colored, vibrant life energy of, fun and adventures and beauty. Okay. Then we have Mauve, Joy, Clear Hearing up here, and then we also have Paradise. So this card is speaking to some of you to say, it's time to pay attention now. You don't have to shield your ears anymore. You don't have to protect them from all the demons so, tightly. It's okay to open your ears now and, really listen. What are you hearing? Because there's so much internally that you can learn from listening to yourself internally, meditation and connecting with spirit. There's so much you can learn listening to nature. There's also, I mentioned that Neptune going direct thing. Neptune was also retrograding during this time where Jupiter was in Scorpio during 2018. And now it's gone direct. So we have these planets coming home, not just Jupiter, but also Capricorn's now in its home. Saturn's now in its home sign of Capricorn. And there's other planets as well coming home. And so we have this energy of synergy, I think, going on, and really relaxation and peace and harmony and comfort. All the signs are most comfortable in their own home, right? So it's like everybody's gone on this great journey around the wheel and is now coming home, and now they have these stories to share from their travels and their journeys. So if you listen on a deeper level, if you come out of the mundane, you focus on the positive and the opportunities and the potentiality and the possibilities, then you're really going to hear some great stuff. Great stuff. Something else that came in and slipped out. Maybe it'll come back to me when I start reading the crystal card. So this is not necessarily the best crystal for... Nope. I want to focus on what it is good for. Let me get into the book. 14. All right. Emotional cleansing is the key words they give with this crystal. It says that it frees the mind from unwelcome, envious thoughts and night terrors. It is transmutive and purifying. Healing insight. Envy and jealousy harm you as well as hurting others. And self-understanding. You are deeply emotional and may possessively cling to the past or beat yourself up over mistakes. By nature, jealous, you have dark thoughts. Detoxify your emotions. Learn to forgive and let go. Follow your own life plan without judging yourself or being envious of others. You have the power to go through fiery transmutation and emerge transformed. The thing about Sagittarius is it's very pro free will. And if you are attached to habits, and you're clinging and you're putting your wedging your feet into the ground, what is that expression? Digging your feet into the ground. Sagittarius is kind of gonna laugh at you, I think. It's not gonna be a sign to try to pull you and push you and force you. No, it's more the sign that's gonna be oh, that's humorous. So, you do have choice. You don't have to move into and embrace the full potential of abundance and joy and bliss and blessings and all of that that this year can bring. You're welcome to continue being jealous and envious and clinging to negative or more dark, I guess you would call them, or shadowy ways of being and habits, reactions, to an extent. I think naturally some of that's going to fall away. And Spirit is really just saying to you, kind of like, it's okay now. This is a new energy. Like, it's supporting this stuff falling away. But some of us are going to have fear about that because of that Neptune retrograde and so much Scorpio energy. We're just so used to, as soon as we let it fall away and start moving up, there's a new set of demons, or demons are reappearing and nagging in our ear, and challenges and problems and obstacles that we've kind of like set ourselves into a pattern of negativity that's safe. It's not, we sort of have it in control. It's like within certain parameters. Catastrophe isn't falling on our head. We're not having our hopes dashed or our heart shattered. But we're cycling around in a certain amount of aggravation and negativity. And so I do feel like the cards are coming through saying that's the old energy. It's not like that anymore. You do have the universe supporting you now. It's like you've graduated. It's like we graduated with 2018 and they're like, good job, you passed the SATs. Like that was, it was the last sign of the zodiac for Jupiter to be in before it came home. So it's like when somebody's running a marathon or a race, that last bit, it can be very challenging and harsh. But new stuff now. So divination, use energy wisely. Recognize how outside influences operate in your life. Develop your own protection. Learn to rely on your own inner guidance. This crystal indicates farewells and disappointment in love. Avoid jealousy. Be assertive without aggression. You have a powerful destiny and great integrity. Money is earned from your talents. So for some of you, this may be a year where there are romantic separations, or love and romance. It's not the best year for you. It's better for money and creating money from your talents. I'm not sure. We are going to do a month by month with January as well. There's an extended version for this available, and I am also offering various New Year's spreads and readings if you'd like to do that, and full year readings for 2019 and that kind of thing, so we could get more depth of what that means for you personally. I'm not trying to say every Taurus here is doomed in love or is going to have a rocky love life this year by any means, but that it was in the book, that message did come through. Your independence is the foundation for your strength and success. Bast, independence. Don't let other people, it's your choice, but the energy here is encouraging you, like, don't let other people drag you down. You don't need to have what they have. You can have your own and they can have theirs. You don't need to be envious and jealous of them and want it for yourself, because you can have it yourself, and it doesn't have to involve negative feelings towards these other people. You can do it on your own. Independent. All right. And, I just want to point out again, we have orange, nurture yourself. That's of importance. And listening, joy, clear hearing comes in as well. All right. So I'm going to shuffle my zodiac cards back in. We're going to do a little look at week by week. These are approximate week by weeks. I'm going to do 4 weeks. So, like I said, it may not be exactly 7 days each. The energy is more like water and flowing anyhow with time than it is linear. Okay. So we're going to do color cards, zodiac cards, goddess cards. First week, second week, third week, fourth week. Wow, so much orangey energy, orange and yellows. And then we're going to do one color card for the whole month of January. And that card is Aqua, experience peace and calm. So above all else, the thing that Spirit would highlight for you in this reading as far as January goes is experience peace and calm. And also, the color Aqua can assist you if you're trying to do that. For January, Aqua can. But making time and allowing yourself that balance from tranquility, peace, calm, it's going to be important in January. Or it's the door that opens to the, room of highest potential, I guess we'll say. So let's then look here. This. Okay. So if you watch for your other signs, you can watch for sun, moon, and ascendant rising. You may see slight differences and variations from video to video. I'm doing this very intuitively rather than like linear structure-wise. Just what Spirit calls me to do. So I'm not sure. I think Aries might have only got one zodiac card. They may have got two. I don't know. Alright. So also one goddess card. Oh, I'm missing some. That's cute. We're getting there. Okay. Alrighty. So in the first week of January, your color card is Amber, awaken your creativity. You have Green Tara, start delegating. I do feel for some of you what's going on here is you have some creative projects to work on. You have something creative to work on, some expressing yourself to do, whether it's having to do with money and business or your job or not. It could be your love life. You might need to write a letter to somebody you're in love with, expressing yourself. You might need to focus on that. Or like I said, it could be work. It could be working with children, creativity, in any sense here. Amber, awaken your creativity. And then Green Tara, start delegating. Ask others, and you can also ask Green Tara herself, it says, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. If you do not start delegating, asking Spirit for help, God for help, your friends and or family, colleagues, whatever is appropriate for you as an individual, because this is a general reading, then you're not going to really be able to focus on this, which is what Spirit is saying is the sort of higher path, like the higher spiritual purpose for you right now, this thing. Some things can be delegated off. Some of the things you're doing are just wasting your time. And the first week of January, you're starting to relieve yourself of some of that, some of those duties. I think kind of shut off stuff that is weighting you down, sort of. I keep seeing a hot air balloon with this reading, with the January readings here. And it's sort of like you're removing the bag so you can take off. Then you have Pisces, reversed, and Virgo. Virgo can be about getting organized, getting details in order. It's about the small things, so that's sometimes details and contracts and fine print and that. It's also daily routines and habits. So some of you might be starting off the new year differently because of New Year's resolutions and things of that nature. Virgo is a sign of digestion. So it's sort of like, it sorts things, and it takes the things that the body or we no longer need, and it disposes of them properly, and it takes the nutrients and the things that we do need and sends them in the proper direction to work for us when it is at its best, when it's working at its optimal function. Virgo, digestion, that aspect happens for us. So there might be some of that going on. Virgo is also associated with health. You do have Pisces coming up reversed here, which suggests a block, a creative block, a block with your imagination, your abilities to, it could be sleep, also imagination, sleep, daydream, visualizing, artistic expression. Those things are associated with Pisces, and it's coming up reverse, showing me a blockage here, but I feel like, you are being called to work through that in the second week here. Remember, again, Aqua for the whole month. Great starting point to get into peace and calm, things that make you feel tranquil. When you don't know what to do, or you have decisions to make, or things that you need to do and you need to get the energy to do them more of the time. So Virgo, there's something else about Virgo, wasn't there? I wanted to bring up. Details, health, daily habits. I'm not sure. And the message is coming up for at least somebody out there that one thing you may want to do to unblock this creative energy and awaken your creativity is to set aside a little bit of time each day to practice your art or craft or whatever it is, and so delegate or arrange, figure out, rebalance how to do that. And you can check in with by grounding. Green Tara, grounding, she's an earth goddess, in order to get clear about the details of how you can do that if it feels like something very challenging for you. The sixth house does Virgo, does sometimes have to do with pets, and what else? I really feel like there was something else, but maybe it'll just come back to me later. Yeah, I mean, some of you, it might be like related to pets. It might be like, hey, can my boyfriend or girlfriend or the kid or whatever start feeding the pets, or things like that, walking the dog more often or something like that, so that you have a little time to focus on your creativity. Spirit's getting pretty specific with some of this stuff for you. I'm not sure what's up, but in the approximate second week of January, you have gold, attract abundance. You have Sagittarius reversed, Pluto reversed, and Athena, inner wisdom, which says you know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. Pluto and Sagittarius are coming reversed. So you may be feeling like low self-confidence. Maybe some of you didn't hold to your New Year's resolutions, or that didn't work out the way you thought it would. You're feeling like your power... Okay, Pluto reversed is showing me a blockage in energy of embracing cycles, right? Because Pluto, rules Scorpio, it's life, death, rebirth. It might be resistance to various endings that are destined to happen. It could be negative self-talk, beating yourself down, feeling disempowered, improper use of your power, being in touch with your true power, and thus expressing it onto others, being kind of abusive to others mentally, emotionally, or in some way, because you kind of subconsciously trying to take their power because you perceive yourself not to have enough. But in truth, you do. What's going on is you have Sagittarius also coming up blocked. The Sagittarius energy of abundance, higher spiritual learning, spirituality, and so forth. Some of you might be doing drugs. Honestly, this is one thing that could have happened is you'd be doing drugs, and that would be messing with your self-conscious, your self-confidence, or addiction in any manner could as well. Your spiritual development and growth. Sagittarius could be, putting illusions and extra struggle in there and just kind of suppressing it. But there's also an element here of like, if you want your freedom, you kind of have to give it to others too. Give them their freedom. If you want people to share their wisdom with you, you have to be open to sharing your wisdom with others. There's sort of an element there involved as well. Some of you may need some time to yourself. You may need to go on some sort of adventure in this second week. Go run in the woods, go do what makes you feel free or liberated, even if it's not fully like within your life. Like maybe you're not ready to sell your car so you don't have such a high car insurance payment and like car payment every month, because that's making you feel restricted. You might think, oh well, if I sell my car, then I'll have money and I'll feel liberated. I won't have to pay these bills. I'll just start taking the bus. There's a bus here anyway. I'll just start taking the bus to work every day. You might not be ready to make that decision, right? But if you're craving the feeling of liberation or freedom or greater spiritual knowledge, any of these Sagittarian energies, you can say, well, what can I do small right now? Like, what can I do right now in this moment that I am ready for that would let me feel these feelings? So it might be like go for a run in the woods, right? Sagittarius, go. It's winter though, so that might not be your thing. But it might be, go to some sort of proactive group about people like being self-motivated, empowering themselves and others, that kind of thing. What can you do? And it does have to do with attracting abundance, whether that's financial abundance or whether that's something that you're craving in your life or something that you feel you want in your life that would make you feel more abundant. It could be emotional. It could be many different things. Ultimately, Spirit's saying you know what to do. You just need to get in touch with it and listen to yourself. All right. And that month card there. Not going to let you guys forget about that. Aqua, experience peace and calm. Let's take a look at the third week. The third week, you have Medicine Woman. You are a channel for divine healing power. You have Mercury. You have Gemini reversed. Okay. And you have Tangerine. Be spontaneous and have fun. So in the third week, it is a time when you can have fun. Some of you may have fallen out of touch with cousins or aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, more distant relatives. Some of your friends may have become more like acquaintances, or, they may have once been friends and then became acquaintances, and now you haven't talked to them in like over a year, really distant. And you could start connecting with them again. It might be revitalizing and fun to just spontaneously pop in and say hey, or give them a call or message them on Facebook or something like that if you feel drawn to do that. And it could be very healing or somewhat healing for you both or either of you. Another thing I am getting with this is you may have been feeling like too busy, too scattered to really be spontaneous or have any fun. You might have been working on some sort of research project, doing a lot of research, or you might be doing a lot of communicating or a lot of travel for your work, or something. And there's a certain, because Gemini is coming up as blocked, there's a certain need to reverse that. So whether it's too much scattered energy or not enough, that balancing is happening in this third week. And I mean, like I said before in the reading, you have your free will, of course, but Spirit is opening up gates and doorways for this transformation to occur. Okay, having more fun, and letting in a little bit of spontaneity, a little bit of playful energy. It's going to be very healing. It's going to help with your communications, and it may help. It's going to help with your mental body. It's going to help with your thought process, thinking more optimistically, more positively. For some of you, it may help with travel in some way as well. Medicine woman, you are a channel for divine healing power. And so you have that power. You do have control. You do have power. The thing is that you're a channel. And if you block that channel, you're not going to get that energy in full past the blockage. So, you get less energy. If there's a blockage, it has to go around the blockage. You're getting less less flow, less vitality, energy, insights, connection with spirit, those sorts of things. So in removing blockages, you open up and strengthen the channels for you to channel in the healing power of the elements, the sky, your higher self, God, source. It's universal. It fits into different belief systems here. So improving your health, doing what you need to do to remove those blockages, then allows the second part of it, right, is to place the intention to bring in that healing power. Whether it's because you're trying to be a more patient parent, or whether it's because you're trying to feel more vitality and happiness in your life. It doesn't really matter why. If your intent is genuine and good and not manipulative and trying to control someone else, then this process works, and you are able to do some healing for yourself, and you're also able to share that with the world. All right. Fourth week, last part of January, you have Blue, activate your healing power. You have Libra reversed. You have Uranus reversed. And you have undying love. The love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. What is going on here, Taurus? What is going on? All right. The first thing really popping up here is Libra reverse. There's suggesting that, balance is off in your life. This could also be, fairness and justice being off. You might have gotten the short end of the stick in some situation. Another thing this could be is, unhealthy communication. Again, that third week had a lot of advice about doing some healing work and how it can improve your communications, right? And Libra is another air sign communication. And this air sign has to do with one-on-one conversations, as well as conversations involving mediators, as well as court systems and systems to rebalance justice and find justice and harmony. And what is fair and works for others, everybody, not just ourselves. So you may be going through a phase where you have sort of blocked out other people. You're not really communicating in a very balanced, fair way. And that is Spirit is asking you, like, hey, why don't we change that now? There's new stuff I want to show you, but I can't if you're clinging to this old way. We also have Uranus that came up reversed. Now this is odd. I'm not really sure whether to read it as direct or as reversed or as, right way up, because it's Uranus, the sign of weirdness and strangeness and eccentricity. So sometimes I think when Aquarius or Uranus show up reversed, they're really just saying, hey, it's me being upside down, so I can be different. But I do feel like there is a certain amount of reduction happening probably in shocks and surprises. It feels like maybe you shut yourself down to other people and communicating and started being more what's in it for me, started being like, well, I don't care if it's fair for you, because you were trying to protect yourself from this energy of Uranus, of shocks, of quick, sudden changes, surprises, things coming in and out of the blue. The other element here is Uranus is moving in. I don't remember the exact dates of when it's in Taurus and when it's in Aries, because it started retrograding. It moved into Taurus and then it retrograded back into Aries. So it's going to come back into Taurus, your sign, again soon. And that might shake things up for some of you. I do feel like some of you might have sorry, background noise. Oh my god, no! I'm so freaking long into this video. Why all the distraction? No! God, no. Right when we're talking about Uranus, too. There you go. That was a perfect demonstration of what Uranian energy can do in a negative way. But we have also these two. Alright. Activate your healing power and undying love. The love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situations. Some of you might be feeling kind of nostalgic for the past, or there be some sort of toxic thing relationship-wise that you have to let go of with Libra here. Sign of partnerships, marriage as well, business. And Spirit's saying, just because things are changing doesn't mean that what was cease to exist. Like, it always exists in the higher realms. All love that we radiate continues to go on in the higher realms, and you can contact it through your memories, through your spirit. You can get in touch with it. This is also a card of strength. If you're in a place where you're feeling lack of love, remembering that, everyone who ever loved you, that love is still out there in the universe. Everyone you have ever loved, that love is still out there in the universe, even if you in the present feel, disdain towards somebody. It doesn't really, this is a card with many meanings and depth, and, I feel like we might need to get into it more on an individual level, or would in the extended version here. But ultimately, love is very healing, and this is a very powerful card of love. It's the card that represents timelessness related to love. So it's very powerful. As is blue and activating your healing power. Okay. Remember, we had Aqua, experience peace and calm there for your highlighted color card message for January. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading in spite of that distraction and, demonstration of Uranian energy. And like I mentioned, if you'd like to get more, there's several different options. Just get in touch with me. I'll let you know and clear up any confusion you have as best I can to get you some more. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and welcome to 2019. Be well. Bye-bye.